Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Today Work On. And today, I'm working on finishing the shelving unit on this back side wall and then the wall next to the garage. I'm going to run the same shelving system around this corner, so it'll be an L. And also, the reason why I'm going to do that is because the shelving system on the L side of the wall will also tie in and make the rest of this shelving unit stronger. So that's what I'm going to do today. Lastly, before I get to work, I want to tell you about the reverse osmosis update. So far, the chlorine dousing worked on the reverse osmosis system. I still have a little bit of a chlorine smell. I haven't really run much water through it, maybe half of the 9-gallon tank. So tonight, I'm going to run through the rest of the 9-gallon tank. And then tomorrow, the water should be good for use. So there's a very slight smell of the chlorine, but the sulfur is completely gone. That sulfur nasty smell is completely gone. So that means the chlorine did its work and the tech did his job. So I'm pretty pleased with that. And that's the update on the reverse osmosis system. So that's about it right now. So let me start working on this shelving unit. All the shelves are finished besides doing the vertical 2x4 braces. So I'm going to only install, there'll be 3 total. There'll be 1 in the corner that's going to actually support the wall I didn't do yet. And then I'm going to do 2, 1 right here where the 2x4s meet, and then 1 on the edge here. So it's just very simple. I'm just going to cut it to the height on the top and then just use the 3-inch screws, and that should be plenty to support a ton of weight. So I'll lay on it once I'm done putting these vertical 2x4s on. So let me get to work on that. Check out all this storage. This wall's basically done. I have 1 more 2x4 to put up right here. I think I should be able to do it without moving the tire, so I'm gonna get to that as soon as we're done talking about the storage, but this could probably hold me up. Let's see. Yeah, it's pretty tough. I'm gonna lay on it real fast. Oh, yep. So I'm about 190 pounds. So this is a pretty stout setup I built here with very minimal wood. So, and it's only going to be 2 vertical pieces of 2x4. You don't really need much, just for some storage space. You know, I'm sure if I did a weight test on this, it would probably easily hold over 1,000 pounds. So, like I said, I'm going to finish this 1 vertical piece. Then I'm going to go out, grab some lunch because got to feed the belly, and then go get a couple more sheets of plywood and a few more 2x4s to finish that wall. And that should round out the rest of my day. So let me get working on this. Depot, picked up more material. So I'm going to build 3 more sections of shelf, and I'll see you. It's getting late. I'll see if I can get that done in the next couple of hours. So let me get working on this right away. All right, so the shelving is done. I'm just gonna put the support on, the 1 2x4 here, and then I'm actually gonna put another piece of plywood across here. So it's an end, and then I have a wall to hang stuff on. So I'm gonna start working on that. Shelving is complete on these 2 walls. We have about a total of 144 square feet of shelving space that I just installed, not including the floor. If you include the floor, that's another 24 times 2. That's another 48 square feet. So you're talking almost 200 square feet of storage space with some 2x4s and plywood. Now, I'm gonna tell you how I built them specifically. I didn't cut those 2x4s are both 8 feet long. And all I did was, I took 2 2x4s and then I cut 4 pieces of 2x4 at 21 inches. I screwed those in with the 3" by 10 construction screws, put it all together, and then all I did was I just ripped a piece of plywood in half, and I was able to use both sides for my shelving. This is gonna get a ton of use, and it's just one part of the garage. I also have some metal storage racks I'm gonna put in the middle over here. So this is gonna be storage central. Tomorrow, I'm probably gonna start working on the workbench area. I set it up so that shelf, it probably will be in line. Right, it should squeeze right underneath the window. I'm not sure, but it looks like that's how it's gonna end up. This is gonna be a little bit more of a complicated install because I wanna have a miter saw like right here, but I wanna build it in so I can roll it around. So if I wanna cut anything, I could use the tabletop and run my wood, along it. Or if I wanna pull it out and I have to cut really long stuff, I wanna have it on a roller and just move it around. I want to do the same thing with the table saw. So I'm going to build the table saw up, use like a storage thing, and then I'm going to have like a couple of blocks so I could run plywood through it, lock the wheels, and I think it'll work out. Like I said, all up in here. I'm just trying to figure out everything in my head. I don't want to go online and look. I just want it to be genuine. That's it for today. I'm going to continue this video tomorrow, and I'm going to end the video with the material I used in the text. So you could, pause, write down what you need if you want to build these shelves. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you tomorrow. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another day of Today at Work On, and today I'm working on some countertops for the Work On garage work area. That's going to be It's going to be 12 feet long by 4 feet coming out into the shelving area. So it's going to be a big workspace. And what I want to do is I want to make sure that the counter is going to be a floating counter. And the reason why I want to do that is because I want to be able to roll out the storage bins and use them as more workspace. So I figure, why have something fixed? Makes no sense. I could set up the counter so it's basically free floating, and then I could also have more more worktop space to work on if I roll out the storage units underneath the counter. So that's my plan for today. I have no idea how much I'm gonna get done. And I'm just, like I said, this is all in my head. I don't have any plans, no sketches, no anything. And I'm just gonna get to work on it and see where it takes me. So I'm gonna let the imagination flow, which is fun, right? So that's one thing. The second thing is, the next couple of weeks are gonna be really fun. There's a lot of cool things we're doing. And then unfortunately I have to go back and start working on clients' houses, which is fine, because gotta make the money, right? So yeah, I'm starting a really cool bathroom in 2 weeks, and I will be documenting the whole project in its entirety. So get ready for that. It's going to be a really cool bathroom, and I will break it down later on. But for now, let me stop talking and let me start working on this countertop. Before I start cutting, I basically want to go over how I'm going to use this countertop. So this is the standard 4x8 sheet of oak plywood. And all I'm going to do is just like what I did when I built the shelving. I'm going to rip the plywood right down the middle and make it, they'll both be 24-inch pieces by 8 feet. So that gives me a total of 16 feet of countertop space. Always try to maximize the material you use, especially today because material is so expensive. Also, a pro tip, you always want to have a fresh blade for cutting anything that you kind of want to finish. Now, this is not cabinet grade work that I'm doing, so you might be like, who cares? But what's very important is, and especially about saw blades, it's a safety issue. A dull saw blade is very dangerous to work with. Whenever I cut any material, if I feel any sort of pushback when I'm cutting, either on a table saw, on a circular saw, on a miter saw, on a jigsaw, any saw. Sawzall doesn't matter. Swap out the blade, because two things will happen. One, you're gonna be safer. Two, you're gonna not struggle with your tools. And why strain the tool, right? I have tools that are almost 20 years old because I haven't abused them. So if you take care of your tools, they will take care of you. And also if you take care of your tools, they'll take care of not hurting you. Now I still have, remember I've been doing this since 1998. I still have my 10 fingers and my 10 toes, and I still have all my limbs. So, and the reason why is I've always been very safe with cutting material. I don't mess around with it. And I learned that from my old boss. He made me wait 4 years as an apprentice until I was able to use a table saw. At the time, it was a little crazy, but it made me really appreciate and respect power tools. So on that note, I'm gonna rip this, and then I'm gonna start putting up some nailers on the walls to attach the counter to the wall and the floor. So let me start working on that. progress on how I wanted to build my countertop area. This is my game plan. I want the countertops completely floating. I don't want to attach anything really fixed to the counter to hold it. I want to make sure that I could pull out my storage bins underneath here so I could use them for other things. Makes sense, right? So that's the game plan. I'm probably going to have one support here and then one support where the door is, and that's about it. Everything else will be attached to the wall, and hopefully whatever, I might have to use it 1x3 on the face. That should be enough to support all of this counter. So I'm gonna head to Home Depot, but I think that's a wrap on this episode, and I hope you really enjoyed it. And if you enjoyed the episode, please push the like button. And if you like my channel, please subscribe and click that notification button, because 3 episodes a week, I'm gonna try my best, and so far so good. And I have a lot more cool content coming. Everything from taking a boat home, and it's gonna be a long trip, to going to a track day next week. So you name it, I'm working on it. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.